Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for joining me here on this Wednesday, hump day, the day of Mercury, as Mercury is trying to figure out what's going on in this love relationship. Why is there no communication? Or why are they keeping things from me and not being open? What's going on in this important connection with the person that you are thinking about as we'll be doing this reading? Okay, we'll be doing a 9-card spread today using the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon Oracles. Mystic Moon, it is an oracle, and we'll also be taking some thoughts from your person with the Mystic Moon messages, Twin Flame messages. We'll be taking a few from this deck, but also from our handwritten love messages that we usually take. Okay, we'll be using also the Astrological Lenormand. Okay, it's this is the deck, if you're wondering. I love this little deck. It's just a beautiful size. I love the illustrations on it. We'll also be taking the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Walder. Okay, this is the deck. We'll be taking like 3 cards from here to see what's the story all about. We'll be taking the Karma Dharma from this 3D deck. Can't quite remember which one it is. We've mentioned it in the past. I might put it in the description box if you're interested in it. And we'll be taking the Angel Answers, okay, by Doreen Virtue here. Okay, now, first of all, last week on our last Twin Flame Soulmate or Karmic journey, we announced that we'll be taking 3 little love oracle cards as a mini reading, but you would thankfully donate $15 and I said that I would take 3 cards for you and send it through email. So I asked for your first name, your person's first name, and your birthdays, that you could email those to me after you've donated, and the link obviously is beneath this video for where you can donate easily through PayPal. A lot of you did that, and I've gotten back to you. Instead of writing out the email, I've done an audio and emailed that back to you with the picture of your 3 cards. Now, a couple of you have not emailed me on your names, your name and your person's name and your birthdays. So I haven't been able to return your readings to you. So please do that. You should know who you are. Okay, so I did mention that I would get back to you. I just sort of introduced that to you last week. And some of you already came back and have I've sent your readings out to you. I said that we would be doing it today. So that's why I'm announcing it again today. You've got the opportunity to get a mini reading with the little love oracle here that we use. We've been using it very often recently. So it gives us sort of an idea of what could be happening past, present, future, or just as a general overview of what's going on in the now. Please trust your intuition in what the cards speak to you about, as I know that many of you are very familiar now with this little deck. So I'm giving you that opportunity again today. We won't be doing it every week, obviously, and give me a few days to get back to you with your reading. If you're having an issue opening up the audio file, please email me back so I could try and send it to you again. I don't understand why someone wouldn't be able to open up the audio file, but please do so if you've got a problem with listening to your mini reading. And those of you that have received those mini readings, please email me back and tell me that it's all good and that you got your reading. All right, so I don't want anyone donating without receiving what they donated for. All right, so 9 card spread today. We'll see how this goes. Just looking at the astrology for a little bit, my dear friends, as to what's going on. Now, this message logically is important for you when you receive it, but the date today is the 17th of January. So if you're with me in the premiere, as this video will be premiering, this reading, you can chat with me in the chat section and ask me whatever you want to ask me, obviously. Yesterday was a very, very tough day, very stressful indeed, as Venus from Sagittarius has been squaring over to Juno and both connecting in a harsh karmic aspect to Jupiter in Taurus, obviously affecting more so the mutable signs, but also the area of Taurus in our chart. So I don't know what's been going on for you. Yesterday was like crazy. All right, in the next 3-4 days, the sun is coming up to conjoin with Pluto. They're going to join hands and then jump into Aquarius. So big transformations, dear friends. Okay, they're both going to step into Aquarius, that 0 degrees of Aquarius. So that shift that happened as Pluto re-entered, or first time entered Aquarius in March until June of last year, is happening again, but this time hand in hand with the sun. Okay, the sun is the light, Pluto is the darkness. What will we be enlightened about concerning a metamorphosis, concerning happiness, concerning riches, concerning power and control? What's going on? Okay, the collective will be affected, obviously, but all of us have got that 0 degrees of Aquarius in our chart somewhere. All right, let's see what's going on, dear Spirit. What's going on in this twin flame soulmate or karmic connection moving forward, calling on Spirit for guidance. What is going on? There's so much going on in the astrology. We do talk about it on Patreon. So if you're not a member, come join us, even for a month. Check us out and see if you are happy. And you can stay or you can go, obviously. And thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. It really does help the channel and the algorithm so that more people could receive these messages. There are helpful energies and there are challenging energies, but it is a very important time of a major shift, major turnarounds, and very unpredictable turnarounds, dear friends, as Uranus is going to turn direct and Mars is going to come out of being invisible in the sky. Mars in Capricorn, very strong. It's the divine masculine. We've all got masculine within us, but there's more confidence, there's more warlike energies, decisive action moving forward, coming from the masculine. Let's see what's going on. Thank you, Spirit, for your help and your guidance pertaining to the relationship that we are focusing on right now. What's going on? Let's look at the focal point of what's really going on in the now. We've got the Eight of Swords. There's a sense of imprisonment, and this is about one's perception, a perception of being chained up, being blocked, a fear of breaking free. So it's got to do with communication and thoughts. Okay, so air is very quick. It's not something that brings stability. It's something that we are perceiving. All right, so someone feels imprisoned within a situation. Maybe the communication hasn't been flowing and regular, possibly, or someone's holding on to their inability to move, and this is probably not communicated, inability to get free from an imprisoning situation. Okay, this maybe has not been communicated because of fears. Let's see, we've got the Three of Wands. Someone's waiting on their ships to come in, waiting on the results. This could be dealings with someone that's at a foreign place, a distant place. But also there's been the desire to expand, to explore, to even maybe effort that has been put in, and we're waiting on the results. We've got the Page of Swords, so a lot to do with perception. I mean, Page of Swords is Gemini energy, difficulty in making decisions. Someone's got choices. This could also be someone spying on you, or you spying on another person's social media. But also there's a sense of learning. I mean, Gemini energy is about learning, waiting to learn more information, find out about what's going on with your person. Nevertheless, there's curiosity where Gemini energy is concerned. Now, pages can speak to fresh energies. They are messengers, but they can also be naivety, something being at the early stages, let's say. It could be concerning a child, or worries concerning a child, because pages are also children. And Three of Wands could speak to, other people being in the picture. Threes always speak to an initial point of success, but it's not a 2, it's a 3, where yes, we're taking steps towards manifestation and expansion, and there's a sense of exploration, and I want this, I desire this, but there's something that needs to be learnt, something that needs to be talked about, communicated. But there's fear we see here. We've got another Three of Pentacles, which is a card of collaboration. Now, some of you could be connecting with your person through work, or this is saying that someone is ready to collaborate through more communication, through asking questions. There's curiosity. There's a sense of learning here, finding out more information, possibly also difficult thoughts about if there is a third party, what's going on with your person, and maybe another relationship that they are in, because we've got a couple of threes here. But we go from fire to earth, which speaks to more, being grounded, something becoming more, something more practical and something more real, not just the energy that we give or the desire to work on something, but this is more hands-on, more reality-based. But there is a possibility that, yes, there has been also possibly back and forth messages about, yes, there's going to be collaboration. Let's see what's going on. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, very motherly, very nurturing, very stable, very dependable, slow-moving, but also very much of service. Yes, we see a mother and a child, so someone could be in another relationship where there are children. Someone is a parent here. Queen of Pentacles is usually the mother. Now, we know that she's the minor arcana of the Empress, but let's also, because it's a general reading, let's not look at this as a divine feminine. It could be the yin energy within a person, a parent, nevertheless, or someone that's just very mothering, very unconditionally loving, very stable and always there. Five of Swords, mind games and control. See, this is a difficult card, obviously. It shows that there are external circumstances concerning other people, internal or external conflict pertaining to others, some sort of injustice, a lack of good communication, I'm going to say here. This could also be very much pertaining to fears. We see the puppet on the string. It's like someone does not have the control or is trying to control a situation. Right? Even though this is an air energy and it speaks to the mind and the perception, I do get the energy of Capricorn and some form of a control, someone trying to hold on, to hold the control, to hold the steering wheel, let's say, in a particular situation, because they're in a tough place. Swords could be very cutting and very challenging. So mind games, challenges within communication, clear and concise. There are imbalances, but also changes through difficult communication, whether it's the ability to know what's going on or the inability, because we've got the Eight of Swords. This is someone feeling blocked, someone feeling imprisoned. And this could be internal conflict as well, and a perception of feeling blocked and sort of fearing losing the control because of third parties, right? And fear also pertaining to parenthood here. A possible also commitment here where someone's feeling blocked. Maybe a lot is at stake here. Let's see what the this position, the next position is. Very important position. Five of Pentacles, isolated and alone. Wow. So we've got a couple of fives here. Now this position is very important because it does speak to the past and concerning the future, because this is past, present, future, past, present and future. So this is the outgoing position. So in the past, Three of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, she's waiting on her ships to come in. She's open and nurturing and very sacrificing. But we've got the Five of Pentacles here, where it feels as though where she sees, like in the distance, she sees that ship for the effort, that she put in. She sees that ship on the horizon, and then all of a sudden it feels as though she's had some sort of an illusion that something is not as she perceived it to be. And that could be because of practical matters, right? Because we're talking about Five of Pentacles, which is the earth element, which speaks to practical matters, financial matters. But also remember that the Five of Pentacles speaks to financial dissonance, if not financial dissonance. And, it is a card of feeling left out and in the cold. It may have to do with her beliefs, her or his beliefs, nevertheless. Yes, finances may have played a role here, but remember in the Five of Pentacles, it does show the church in the background, which speaks to beliefs, but also the Five of Pentacles is like huge differences between one person and another, whether they come from different beliefs, their upbringing was very different, their social standing, their financial standing is there's a big wedge. It could be a big wedge between two people. which sort of brings us back to square one. Okay, so Five of Pentacles can speak to a big age difference as well. And we go from the 3 to the 5. Okay, let's see what else we've got. We've got Six of Swords, tranquility ahead, and a transition where communication and thought is concerned. Now, of course, Six of Swords usually shows someone, transitioning over water, traveling over water. So sort of Five of Swords and then Six of Swords. I like that there is possible change. Remember what I said, this is sort of the past position. This is the now, which says there may be communication about blockages, about the inability to travel, to transition. And there may also be issues pertaining to the way someone communicates, what they're letting you in on, let's say. So what they're communicating to you. And I feel as though you've probably been in this situation before, because eights speak to the infinity symbol. It's like returning back to an old story. Because Mercury still transitioning over his retrograde degrees, so the late degrees of Sagittarius and the early degrees of Capricorn, which these are the degrees that Mercury retrograded over, sort of needing to believe that we can free ourselves, or we can possibly make the changes that are necessary because of Sagittarius being a fiery, mutable sign. But then stepping into Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn needs to be more grounded, needs information, or needs to learn how to take those practical steps. Capricorn, Earth. Capricorn is Earth, and it's also cardinal Earth, which means initiation through communication, through serious talks and grounded practical steps to manifest moving forward. Now, because Mercury did connect with Jupiter through Taurus, so Taurus is financial, Taurus is self-worth, Taurus is a Venus-ruled sign, so we're trying to find our peace, we're trying to expand the knowledge. Remember, Mercury is the student, Jupiter is the teacher. So there have been challenging lessons, or a necessity to go back, maybe even change the way we see a situation, maybe even our beliefs going through change, as we need to be more open and look at the bigger picture, not get stuck on the little details. Now, this could be, yes, challenges with communication if you're at a physical distance. Remember, Jupiter naturally rules Sagittarius, so we are talking about wisdom or justice even, but also an expanded viewpoint on also practical matters. Uranus is helping bring in the changes from Taurus. So we haven't believed that we are worthy of being in a certain relationship. We're not rich enough to connect with someone that is on a financially better situation. All these things will be coming up, but as Mercury was retrograding, he connected twice to Jupiter in Taurus. Now he will be connecting a third time, so the resolution should be here. So also with Uranus turning direct, it's sort of, okay, we're past that challenging, and I'm going to say from last year, from December of last year, it hasn't been easy. Now there's a major shift going on where we're possibly transitioning, letting go of any challenges of feeling isolated, unloved, that there isn't any collaboration. There won't be. There maybe has been promise of collaboration, but you haven't been able to see the results yet. And even though there are still challenges ahead, and I love, the Five of Swords, the fact that we've got the Six of Swords really does help, because we can look at the reading in this perspective as well, right? So starting here, we go from the Three of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, which is saying that, yes, maybe there has been a promise of collaboration and working together, but you're at the early stages where someone is sort of noticing your abilities or your values, that you are someone very stable. Now you can flip the energies that, if someone is seeing you in this way, or you're seeing someone in this way, maybe your perspective is changing. And then there's still sort of dark thoughts and a sense of feeling blocked, and internally, possibly also externally. But there are huge changes, 2 fives here, and then we go to the Six of Swords. So there's tranquility ahead. Okay, even though it can be quite shaky, we go from the 3 to the 5, so possible expansion and then involving other people. What is the outcome? We've got the Emperor. Wow, everyone. We've got the Divine Masculine, who is about control, trying to hold on to the control, trying to control a situation. Now remember the Emperor. The Emperor, which is the energy of Aries, could be Taurus, could be Capricorn, could be Aquarius, could be any sign at all. But the Emperor does provide security. The Emperor is the father. He's also the boss. He's the CEO. He's the leader within a group situation, a corporate body. Let's say he's got his own business. He's got responsibilities. All right? And we've got the Queen of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine is showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, which is the minor arcana. So I get that there's more power coming from the Emperor, since this is a major arcana. So the Divine Masculine, or whoever takes on the role of the Divine Masculine, there is a possibility, because the Emperor is a number 4, and 4s speak to the natural 4th house is Cancer. So for some of you, this could be a Capricorn or a Cancer. But Cancer is also the 4th natural house, which speaks to the past. So, it could speak to someone's upbringing, or things to do with someone's securities, or their family, the family of heritage, their who they are in the world, in their personal or in their public life, but also things coming through pertaining to a past situation. Remember that the 4th natural house speaks to someone's heritage and their lifeline, the family that they've grown up in. So obviously it's got a lot to do with their beliefs, who they are at their core. Maybe these are things that are challenging the Emperor, but 4s, again, speak to a sense of stability, or because 4 is the 4th natural house, is logically, it speaks to the parents, but it can speak to the mother, someone who's very nurturing and loving. So we see nurturing from the Queen of Pentacles, but we also see a responsible Emperor here. Now, for some of you, because we're not reading reversals here, it's a general reading, remember, because what's on the Emperor's mind is trying to control a situation, maybe trying not to lose the ball, trying to handle everything as things are sort of up in the air. But it's like having your foot on the pedal, a divine masculine taking charge here, trying not to lose control, but also trying to hold on and control a situation, trying to tweak things. Okay, so we see that he is sort of in a trap pertaining to a lot to do with communication and possible challenges, because swords can be very cutting. So this person may be dealing with a lot of people, maybe has got many responsibilities. He is connected to work as well. So we've got the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Emperor in collaboration, we can say. Waiting on results, but there's mind games and control, and therefore both people may be feeling left out in the cold if they cannot find the way to balance out, to bring balance and harmony in this relationship, or that there's a necessity to change things up, make the changes necessary to find the magical middle point, let's say, of, both people meeting in the middle. Let's see what's at the foundation. We've got the Eight of Wands, energy surge and communication, possible flight, travel, transition, change, a lot of fire. So these are messages, passionate messages coming through as well through social media or the internet. We've got the King of Cups here, and it speaks to emotional mastery. King of Cups could be another side to the Emperor. King of Cups would be Scorpio, could be Pisces, could be Cancer, I suppose, and the High Priestess. So hidden knowledge. High Priestess can speak to, of course, Virgo, Pisces energy, but remember she speaks to the inner wisdom, that higher wisdom. Possibly she's a third party, or this is saying that there is a spiritual connection between someone that is very awoke and aware, the High Priestess, which would be more the divine feminine in this connection. So I get a spiritual connection, surely. There's a lot of water, so there is strong emotions here, but there's also desire, a desire to communicate openly, quickly, but also there's a strong sexual desire to connect with this person. We see the Death card here, so Scorpio is very likely here in this reading, and it does speak to a death process, so Plutonian energies and changes as this relationship is going through a transition. Beneath that is the Six of Cups, so there's nostalgia pertaining to the past, memories and reunion. Maybe there has been a reunion in the past, but I feel now with the Death card, it's a grand metamorphosis because Pluto is changing signs. Now, there may have been a sense of a transition from last year, March, and into June, but then needing from June until now, end of January, to revisit that ending, to retweak, to refocus, or to re-look at, why from March until June last year, why there was some sort of an ending, a metamorphosis happening, which, Pluto is a very slow-moving planet, but also the Death card, Scorpio, is also, a death process is it's a very slow transition. It doesn't happen from one day to the other. So this death, this ending, has brought a spiritual awakening, an opening pertaining to this King of Cups. They needed to go through an emotional mastery. They needed to understand what was really going on in their emotional life. Because remember that if you're dealing with someone that has got strong water, right, which is the King of Cups in the traditional tarot sits on water that's very wavy. So their emotions could be very fluctuating, very changing all the time. But we could see that there is possible fire here, and fire speaks to inspiration, passion, and, that Mars energy. Remember what I was talking about? Mars is going to become visible at, the last part of January. So there's like a new 2-year cycle that's opening up. And Mars could be the divine masculine that's been sort of in the shadows, sort of in hiding, showing up here and then hiding, because probably they've been doing the work. Let's see what the Karma Dharma speaks to in this love reading at this time, or when you get to view this video. Thank you, Spirit. So there's some sort of a release. Someone has needed to see the truth, to have a different perspective on this situation, but this speaks to surrender, sacrifice, and release. Pisces is the natural 12th house, which speaks to a karmic cycle coming to a close. Pisces is also things that are going on behind the scenes. It's the natural 12th house, so it speaks to solitude. Yes, it can speak to secret love affairs, physical distance between you and another person. It can speak to secret enemies, so competition from another relationship that your emperor may have been in. But also the 12th house speaks to solitude. It speaks to a divine spiritual union, something that needs to take form. Because remember, Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which can speak to romance, but it can speak to great illusion. Yes, it could speak to a spiritual connection, but it can also speak to not seeing things clearly, or that there's been deception. Something is very unclear. It's like getting lost out in the ethers, right? Something not being real and just being like a dream, like those rose-colored glasses. But thankfully, with Saturn now in Pisces as well, is going to dissolve the boundaries, but also help us possibly start to build on this dream, right? Dream, or this imaginative relationship, or this connection on higher realms, on a higher level that you've been in, but you haven't been able to manifest in the 3D. That's what Saturn in Pisces speaks to for me. So there's some sort of a completion or a release, or someone seeing things from a different perspective. There is enlightenment here. And remember, the hanging man cannot be in this position forever. Okay, let's take some more cards and see what's going on. Dear Spirit, please guide us as to what's going on. Where is this connection? Why has there been a hold-up? Why hasn't there been enough sacrifice? Why has there been, why have we had those rose-colored glasses? Why have we felt as though there's been deception or illusion? What is it that we need to surrender to or sacrifice before we can manifest this relationship in reality, in this lifetime? Wow, okay. One card just slipped and fell in front of me. So we've got the Two of Pentacles, which is like things being up in the air, decisions on a practical level that need to be made. And you know how I see this card also, because the Ace of Pentacles it's like a commitment. In reality, a real commitment, but it can also speak to marriage. So therefore, I do get that it's a possibility for second chance at a long-term, more committed relationship. but we see the person in the middle between these two very important relationships. And this is what's hard. This is what is hard for your person or for yourself. Please take the messages as they resonate. Two of Coins. Now, finances could also be an issue here. And remember that someone's trying to not lose the ball, which I feel is this Emperor for many of you. Remember, in the traditional Two of Pentacles, he's doing a dance. For how long can these two pentacles, this juggling energy go on? Not for long. At some point, the ball is going to be dropped. So one relationship needs to be dropped. Okay. We've got the Five of Swords again. So there are heavy challenges here. I think what I'm getting here in this card, and I'm not sure that this is the case, but it feels like, it feels to me like this is Eros, Cupid, and Psyche. Eros would come make love with Psyche, but in the nighttime. She was not, Eros did not want to reveal his true identity to Psyche, and she was she had internal conflict, and she tried to trick him so she could find out who he really was. So the issue, I would say, pertaining to Psyche, which is the divine feminine, is who is this person really at their core? What is their identity? What is their emotional status? Who are they truly? Okay, because we see that there is a more of a intimate connection, a physical intimate connection, but not an emotional connection, because there was fear from Cupid, Eros, of showing himself to Psyche. But then she trapped Eros, Cupid, in a way that she was able to figure out who he was. So it feels as though this could also be a decision that the divine feminine needs to make, which could be very internally challenging. So she does not want to portray a sneaky, underhanded side to her, because she feels as though she may lose her divine masculine. And this could be what the internal conflict is pertaining to. So, yes, it is. It's got a lot to do with the perception of the other person or this relationship or someone's true identity. Maybe also truths about third parties, right? Someone's family life, if this is a secret love affair. Let's see, because Five of Swords. We're going to have challenges for sure. They've got a lot to do with a perception and truth. Let's take another one and see what comes through. We've got the Nine of Cups here. And the Nine of Cups we know is a wish fulfillment, but it can also speak to, I get that there is like a wish fulfillment where the intimacy of this relationship is concerned, the physical intimacy, not so much the emotional or the, psychological intimacy between you and your person. Now, the Nine of Cups is like a card, it's a really feel-good energy. It's someone that does things that make them feel good, doing things for themselves. but it is also a 9 of cups. What is missing, and we know 9s are endings, what is missing is that 10th cup, isn't it? 2, 4, 6. There are 8 cups above her, and the Ace of Cups is in front of her, which to me is saying that to get to this wish fulfillment, someone emotionally needs to check out of a difficult emotional situation, of a past commitment. And I do feel that this will be playing out a lot as Juno is retrograding through Virgo. It's like discerning, doing, sort of looking at things from a detached point of view, being very good with the details, not putting in too much work where there's been no return, looking at Pisces opposite Virgo. So looking at things from a more logical standpoint, but obviously revisiting the past pertaining to our commitments, whether it's another marriage partner, whether it's a spoken or written contract, right? The 9 of Cups is here, which obviously, and I'm going to say someone that likes to, or that feels more confident when they have a little bit of help. This could be someone that likes to drink a little bit. Maybe they open up emotionally more when they have a drink or two. So there could be an opening and more communication, because we see the energy surge and communication, the wands that come through very quickly. What's at the bottom here? And we've got the 4 of Cups. So again, we see a divine feminine in between 2 sets of 2 cups. And that's probably why someone was not able to accept the 4th cup, which we usually see in the traditional tarot. 4 of Cups is someone emotionally not being happy in their first connection. If we're looking at the 2 of Cups, just like the 2 of Pentacles, it's like we're trying to find that middle ground. As I said, coming together, collaborating, finding the middle ground. But to do that, there's a lot of conflict, okay? And remember that 4 of Cups to me is like, just like the Ace of Cups, which is the Holy Grail shown in the 4 of Cups, which is an opportunity, but it's also self-love. Here is the Ace of Cups again. Someone needs to do what is right for them, love themselves first, check out of any situation that gave them a lot of heartbreak and challenges, because remember, we cannot, one cannot juggle the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 relationships for too long. Okay, so beneath that is their Psyche and Cupid. That is incredible. And it is the Sun. It's a number 19, and it's called the Awakening. There is Cupid and Psyche. And you could see here that Psyche can actually see Cupid in this deck, in this illustration. This is incredible. Now there's an awakening to the truth. Who is Eros? Who are they truly? Your Eros. Who are they at their core? So I get that there will be revelations, because the Sun, remember, is Leo, and Leo is true heart matters. It's the inner child, someone, and I would say it's more the divine masculine, being more vulnerable at this time, because they showed up as the King of Cups. Okay, which for some of you, I suppose this could be someone else that some of you could be leaving because of third parties, because of the High Priestess. Someone that's leaving your life, if this is not the same person. Wow, okay. Why do I get the feeling that I need to take one more card here on this 9 of Cups? And we've got the 4 of Coins. 4 of Coins, 4 of Cups, a lot to do with our securities. And the 4 of Coins, yes, is the Miser card. So again, we've got 6 Pentacles here. And that's equal giving and receiving. Looks like one person gave more than the other, obviously, but there's 6 pentacles, so a potential for reciprocity. Karmic situations, going back and forth, very, very much the Libra energy. Possible also a possible justice after an injustice. And remember, I mentioned the 4 of Cups, more about emotional, because remember, 4s speak to our home. So emotionally not being happy in a situation. But even though, because it's the 4 of Pentacles, which is the miser, but it's practical matters. Again, sort of being grounded. And even though someone is feeling a little bit left out in the cold, pertaining to the practical side of things, there are steps to ground and secure. Remember, the Emperor is a number 4. To secure this relationship. Okay, I get the 4 of Wands energy. So sort of putting those wands into the earth. We saw the 3 of Wands here. Okay, let's put these cards aside and let's take the little Lenormand here, see what's going on. And I want to thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. It really does help the channel. And if you're interested in a mini reading, you can donate. You can get the link beneath this video. We will take 3 cards from this little love oracle and send you out an audio of the mini reading. Just make sure that you email your first name, their first name, and your date of birth for both of you. Email those details to divinedebut11@gmail.com. Dear Spirit, what's going on in this connection? What's going on in this relationship? We've got the Whip, which speaks to conflict, possible legalities, separation, fights, and arguments. Some sort of karma playing out nevertheless. But we've got an 11 and a 22. I just said the 4 of Wands comes to mind, which is the 11-11 energy. So possible portals opening. Here is the 11 and it turns into the 22, which is the path. Difficult decisions, opportunities, but also hesitation in a possible new path that opens up. Right, 11 turns into 22. 11 is made up of 2 aces, 2s. We spoke a lot about the 2s. 2s can speak to segregation, separation, or coming together, finding balance. But there will be opportunities and difficult decisions moving forward. And we've got the Bear, which the Bear to me is like the Emperor. The Bear is a number 15. 15 is also the Devil, which, you know, it speaks to fears, it speaks to responsibilities, secret love affairs. The Bear is someone who's needing to be very confident, someone who holds a position of power. This is Mars in Aries. Remember what I said about Mars transiting through Capricorn now, as he's going to become visible. Because the Bear speaks to leadership and power and dominance. That's why the Bear to me speaks to the Emperor. This could be someone that's short-tempered, someone who's strong or needs to be strong. They've got they need to have strength of character and take the lead. Now, the Bear to me also speaks to motherhood because of responsibilities. Remember, the Bear will protect its cubs till death. So it can relate also to someone that's very nurturing, very motherly, just like the Queen of Pentacles. Someone who has heavy responsibilities, yes, or holds a position of power within the family that they've built. So whoever takes on that energy. Remember, the devil, 15, adds up to a 6, which is also the Lovers. Let's take a couple more cards here. We've got the Clover, so there will be a window of opportunity, and it is a number 2. Very Sagittarian. The opportunity for luck will not last long, so do be quick when that opportunity comes through. It's a Jupiterian blessing. We've got the tree, which speaks to family, but it also speaks to health. It speaks to a past connection as well, but also something that someone's built. The tree holds deep roots, so it brings up that Capricorn energy. I don't know what's been going on for you since 2008 until now, as Pluto has been transiting through Capricorn. Depending on your rising sign, Pluto has been bringing great change for you personally in a certain area of your life. But remember, Capricorn is hard work. It is gradual, but it's also taking leadership, needing to put in the heavy work, needing to be mature. This speaks to a spiritual connection, a past connection, or even family. As if this is a spiritual connection, the roots grow very deep. So it's either concerning a past lifetime, or this has been a long-standing connection between you and this person. Yes, it could be connecting to someone that has built another family in their life, someone whose securities are very important for them. But remember that Capricorn is also, it's cardinal earth, so initiating a new season in practical ways, in the ability to build that foundation. I feel that for many of you, the foundation has been built, but the tree stands here. The tree is very strong. Let's see what the outcome is. What is the outcome? And the tree is a number 5, which speaks to, which speaks to changes. We've got a couple of 5s. So we see the moon, and welcome to Agape. Hello. What a surprise this was from you at this time of day, Agape. Thank you for your blessing. I've come to mess up your reading, Mummy. Oh, hello, Agape. I'm sorry for the mess, everyone, but Agape needs to, she's going to bless us here. So, oh my goodness, okay. Hello. Okay, make yourself at home. Why don't you? Agape. Hello, baby. Did you say hello to everyone? Did you say hi? Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm really comfortable, and I love this place because Mummy always pats me when I jump up on the table, don't you? But unfortunately, sweetheart, I know that you're a blessing here, but I'm afraid you've got to get off the table now. Sorry, sweetheart. Well, okay, a little bit of a mess here. Sorry, guys. But anyway, we know that she's a blessing in disguise, so it was a really positive sign that she jumped up on our table today. So look at this. Okay, now we've got the moon. The moon in the Lenormand speaks to a very deep connection, surely. The moon can also speak to progression towards goals. Obviously, something to do with things that are secretive. Matters of motherhood can come through with the moon as well. Now, it's interesting because we did mention Leo, which is matters of heart. And we're having a full moon. A full moon, is it on the 25th, if I'm not mistaken, of Leo. So therefore, Something is completing. And remember, this full moon is going to be opposite, opposite the sign that Pluto is going to ingress into. So it's going to be quite I don't know, I get like a symphonic orchestra, like a peak moment towards the end of January where Uranus will have turned direct, Mars will be visible, Pluto will have entered Aquarius, and we've got blessings. We've got huge blessings, astrologically speaking, because Venus will also come up to trine Jupiter in her own sign of Taurus. Lots of blessings. Now, it can be a little bit confusing right now, but there can also be magic. At the bottom of the deck is 13. Here is the Child, which speaks to a new cycle, happiness, possible new beginnings, and looks like love is going to insist. Yes, sweetheart. Yes, darling. You can jump on the bed if you want and have a nap there. And let me do my work, thank you very much. What's beneath a Child? We've got the Fox, so you see there is sneakiness. But someone needs to also be very intelligent. The Fox is like the Seven of Swords. And there is the Coffin, which speaks to a possible ending, but also a metamorphosis. Remember the Death card there in the cards, pertaining to a soulmate connection, a possible also reunion, changes where nostalgia, or even, maybe even giving up on a soulmate connection in the past. But then with the High Priestess, there's hidden knowledge, and that comes from your higher self, which the High Priestess is telling you that someone, the King of Cups, is now, they've gone through emotional mastery, they're ready to offer their cup, they're ready to take action and communicate that to you. Or take a plane and come and see you if they're at a physical distance. Okay, so let's take a couple of Sibilas and see what's going on in the cards here in the spread. Now, I haven't mentioned if we're going to do the yes please. Okay, I'm mentioning it now. Give me a few days. You can mention yes please beneath the video. Please do not expect your love messages straight away. But this time we're going to be taking the twin flame messages by Mystic Moon and not our handwritten love cards. Okay, this week, if you're wanting a message from this deck, you can 3 times lucky agape. Is that the case? You're going to try 3 times? Okay. No, agape. No agape more. You're not allowed, sweetheart. I'm sorry. If I had a bigger table, I would let you sit on the side, but we can't do this. You cannot be sitting on the cards. That's impossible. So you can comment yes, please, in the comment section beneath, not in the chat section, please, and give me a few days and I will take 1 twin flame message for you by Mystic Moon. All right, what is this 3 of Wands about? And awaiting results. What's that about? Something to do with a thief, a third party. Because the ladro is like waiting on news and the news not coming in. Because there are, I don't know, because you're the third person, because it's the 10 of Pentacles, because someone is in another family, because of family interference, generally speaking, because of money matters, because of an ending possibly that someone's going through in a family situation, which can be because of third parties, right? So it's like thinking that there won't be any that the ships are not going to come in after all that effort. that possibly also someone staying with a past marriage and you feeling left out in the cold because you're the third person. Okay? The next position, domestical. Number 11, a difficult butler. Supposedly someone close to your home, supposedly helping you, but they're working on their own behalf, which is very much like the Nine of Cups. Domestical is someone that's close to you, that you feel nevertheless is close to you, but they're not being totally truthful. So there are distrust. There are matters of distrust pertaining to communication. Also, someone could be holding back on information pertaining to their child, sort of protecting their child or their inner child. Or someone's dealing with another partner where there is no trust. And the partner could be someone that they are connected to through contracts, marriage. Let's look at the collaboration and the Three of Pentacles. 3 difficult cards we see here. 2 black 11s, which are not easy. And a 10, a red 10. Red is always positive. Black is more challenging. So in actual fact, it's like we've got all aces here. Now we've got the ilnamiko. Ilnamiko, which is the animosity leaving. We see the snake and we see possibly the metamorphosis, the transition and the death, the change. Sort of, because we see the snake, we see the animosity going away, and he's looking back at the domestical. So leaving a distrust behind. Is that what this is talking about? Is that a third party leaving the situation? Because 2's company, 3's a crowd, right? Leaving the animosity behind and ready to collaborate. Your person ready to collaborate with you. Fears of being found out. If this is a love triangle around a work situation, there could be enemy. The enemy is around, which says that someone could be working with their spouse and you could be the third party, or communicating through with this person while they're at work. So somehow work is connected to your relationship. What is the Queen of Pentacles about, which is called the nurturing? What is she about? And we see she's going through melancholy. And it's the Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. She feels as though either she cannot invest or her person is not investing in her. It's interesting that we see the tree here as well, and that it's right next to the tree here. Having hardship, internal hardship pertaining to leaving a commitment behind, and her obligations, which she feels very, very obligated to her children. Agape. How many times are you going to jump on the table? Do you want to just rest and relax? Not there. Here, can you do that? No, Mummy. I want to be on the cards. You could sit on my lap. That's all you're allowed, on my lap. Come on, sit down and relax. So the tree, I don't know why I get a lot of Saturnian energy from the tree. And Saturn speaks to blockages. Remember that it takes forever, and Saturn's cycles are they're very slow moving, obviously. Saturn does 3 years. Oh, Agape. No, you cannot do this. Yes, everyone, Agape is very insistent, as you could see. Today, this is something that doesn't usually happen. I don't know what's gotten into her today. Agape, you're a joke. It's like not taking no for an answer. Not taking no for an answer. I don't know, there's something to do with an old situation. I don't know if some of you are fearing as though you're at an age that's, you've lost your opportunities because you're a more mature individual. This could be, middle age, let's say, and you're doubting your ability to find love at this time. Because remember that Capricorn is the elder. Now, for some of you, maybe you've been waiting for years for this connection. But it's as though you don't share very much. There are huge differences between you and a person because it's the Five of Pentacles, which also shows up here. Let's look at that Eight of Swords, which is the general energy. We've got falsita and falsehood, distrust, the Four of Pentacles, which is also here. Now the cat, remember, speaks to maybe these are false thoughts. So not seeing things clearly. Like, remember the Four of Pentacles is like holding back on one's fears, holding back on not mentioning that there is fear of distrust. Remember the cat, she's got 9 lives. So she's very vigilant, very strong. But remember that this can also say that someone is stuck in an unhealthy, untrusting other relationship. What is the Five of Swords? Yes, jealousy, our third parties, Eight of Swords, past hurts and regrets. Wow. There are regrets about time lost as well, I get here. There is fear of deception. There is fear of someone not being totally truthful, whether they are in a marriage or whether, sometimes people don't, they will not be totally open as to what's going on in their personal life. They could act single when they're in separation, living under the same roof. They could be in the process of going through a separation and they're saying they're already separated. So there are many different ways that things can play out. Let's look at this Five of Pentacles with the isolated and alone. There is the Prigione, Nine of Swords, and the Saturnian energy. Very strong Saturnian energy is coming through. A lot of karma. But this is also, I'm alone. I'm stuck in a situation. This could be both parties stuck in other situations, which is causing a lot of stress. We've got Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords here. But this is the end of the stress, logically, because there's a transition here with the Six of Swords. Let's look at the tranquility ahead. And we've got the delirante, which could speak to being delirious about change. It's the Nine of Pentacles. This could be news that's coming in that someone's single. This could be someone that's had a lot to drink and they're being very open about them being single or going through a separation and they're free, possibly. This could also be information coming through from someone's friends, people that are close to them, for some of you. What is the deliriousness about? And we've got the Six of Pentacles. So someone thinking to reciprocate. The pensiero. A lot to do with a matter of fact, practical matters. Six of Pentacles. This is reciprocity. This is also someone communicating that they're needing to pay money out, or they're dealing with a divorce settlement, or they're going through separation, thinking about contracts. There's a lot that's in these two cards, which to me is very Virgo Pisces energy here. Someone going through their awakening. They've seen the light. They've gone inwards. They now have the wisdom of what they need to do. Remember, Six of Pentacles to me is like the Libra card, where someone was giving more to the other than to you. There's the Vedovo, the Widower, Three of Swords on the Emperor, who's someone who is feeling the solitude. They're mourning the past or some sort of loss, some sort of heartbreak, third-party situation. What else is going on with the Emperor here? Unless this is someone that has just broken your heart and you're feeling very lonely. There's some sort of discovery and some sort of that cloud being cleared, because there's going to be information coming in. The Artista is very much like the King of Swords. Someone's gone into the details. They've sought the advice, or they're going through some sort of an opening where there was an illusion. There's no more illusion. There's a lot to do with truth here. And the Eight of Cups, the speranza, that there is hope, even though it's a card of fear, but hope that someone is ready to take that journey, because they're leaving an emotional situation where they could not find their happiness. We've got the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups here. So yes, there's transition. Remember that the Eight of Cups is I leave an emotional situation where I could not find the 10 Cups, and I head for the Two of Cups, the soulmate connection. Now, we've got the Six of Wands, which can speak to success, possibly ego, even recognition. But it's the Uranus card, which says a sudden turn and a sudden awakening. Something very unpredictable comes in, which is very positive, which gives that color of success. And it comes left wing, left field, out of nowhere. This could be an awakening. This could be communication. Yeah, Two of Swords. Someone's made a decision after some advice. It could be about a voyage. It could be about a decision, a dilemma that they had. Yes. So I see it's not an easy time at all. I'm going to just let you know that it's not an easy time at all pertaining to this reading, because we've got a lot of difficult, challenging energies coming through from the Sibilas. Okay? Very challenging indeed. But a lot is going to be shown and a lot will be happening. There's a lot at stake. And remember that, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to take a couple more cards. So what comes after a release, a completion of a cycle, a surrendering, and some sort of an enlightenment, seeing things from a different perspective. What comes after the release and the Hanging Man? We've got a Tower. See, there is the awakening. There is the aha moment. There is Uranus turning direct. That something is shifting. Something is being shaken at its core, or someone is being shaken at their core because of a Tower moment. And it's very unpredictable. What comes through after the Tower? We've got the Star. So it's very much about Aquarius, indeed. I don't know if it's talking about the Aquarius Pisces season for some of you. Remember, the Star does speak to hope, healing, a wish fulfillment, some truths. Message comes through social media. There is interaction. There's the bare truth, because we see her in her birthing suit. Someone is going to be totally truthful, and a wish fulfillment is coming through pertaining to the near future or the Aquarius season moving forward. So it's very, very shaky very shaky. We've got mutable water, so changes in emotions, strong intuition. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities, that there's a huge shift coming in. This is Uranus, very unpredictable. You haven't built something on stable ground, you or your person. And remember, this is also Mars. Mars is ready to kick butt. So there's action. There's the desire to reach that wish fulfillment, and also the stars as they align, and the Aquarius season is going to be a very important one. We're going to have so many planets in Aquarius. Expect big changes. Just know that there is hope there in the stars. There is hope for positive changes. Okay? All right. Let's take the little love oracle and see what is potentially going on. And in the little love readings that you require and that you donate and help support the channel, I do not take reversals. So we want a more clear and concise message. We have negative and positive cards, so we always need to trust our intuition when we're reading cards. What is your higher self telling you? So what's going on in this connection at this point? What is going on? Poor Agape felt left out in the cold. I kept pushing her off my table, right? What's going on in love at this point? We've got the Emperor here, or any kings. We've got the Death card, which is like a broken mirror, a little bit of bad luck maybe. Maybe this relationship has gone through a challenging ending. But remember that after a Death card is like rebuilding. Scorpio comes through very strongly here. Or it could be that because even we could say the Emperor, there's a 15 here, which is again the devil, some sort of karma that this Emperor needed to work through. And we've got, my goodness, we've got the 5 of Swords, we've got number 11, which is Justice, and the Knight of Swords. Hello, Agape Mo. So right now, it feels like things need to be cleared. Things need to go through big changes. It's as though there's a cross, there's a closing on this path. Right now, someone needs to be truthful. Third parties need to leave the situation. And there could also be some legalities going on. Some legalities because of the Justice card. Remember the 11 goes into 22 and then 15. There are again, sort of someone needing to be very strong and take charge, be very confident. There will be opportunities pertaining to a past connection, but family and responsibilities could also be blockages and limitations pertaining to timing in this connection. Let's take a peek on what's beneath, see what's beneath. So we've got challenges here, like the 5 of Wands. It feels as though the divine masculine has regrets. They've done something to the divine feminine that they are not happy about. So there's been conflict, obviously. It's like the Justice card for me. 5 of Swords and 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups. So internal conflict, but something needs to go through a change, right? A healing process. Something was not healthy here, right? And there is Eros. Remember, Eros is the lovers. So choices need to be made. Here is Eros with a poisonous arrow. Yes, Agape. Eros, Cupid, which is the love child of Venus and Mars. I just want to take you to take note. Venus and Mars are conjoining together with Pluto, moving forward. So expect big changes, huge endings, and huge beginnings where the lovers are concerned. Okay? Oh no, Agape, you are being so naughty today. What's gotten into you? What has gotten into you today? All right, let's take, before we take the love messages, let's take your answers. So please, you can, I will shuffle for a bit, so please ask your questions, think of your questions, try to make your questions easily answered. Like, you can ask timing questions, you can ask yes or no questions, you can ask if this relationship is possible moving forward, and things of that nature. So remember, it's a general reading, may or may not resonate with all of you, and thank you for your love support through your super chats, your donations, your purchasing of personal readings, and liking, sharing, commenting, and even subscribing. So I am ready to take the first card. So Spirit, please, if it is possible, can you answer as many questions as you can relative to this relationship? What is the advice? Thank you, Spirit. What is the advice? A year from now. So this is a timing card, my friends. A year from now. And I'm going to say, let it be it. Bring on what may. Bring it on. Please give us more advice. Let go. Let go of control. What is this? Let go and release and let things happen instead of pushing for this. It's like energetically pushing this person away. What do you need to let go of? Look for a sign. Let's take a few more. Don't look for the signs. Let the signs come to you. Okay? Spirit knows best. What's going on in this divine union? Can I have more information? Thank you. Communicate clearly. Communicate clearly. Don't stop. And opportunity. Yes. Look at the riches. The opportunities are here. Let's see. No need to worry. Okay? No need to worry, my friends. Let's take some messages. Some thoughts from your person. Remember that if you are commenting yes please beneath this video, we are going to take a twin flame message from Mystic Moon Oracle for you this time, instead of taking the little handwritten love messages that I've written out. Just doing it differently, and give us a few days. Give us a few days, we'll get back to you. Let's take the messages, the thoughts from your person. I wish I could take back the things I said. We will be together again. Please remember that I may also be tuning in with your energies as well, since you are energetically here. I can't seem to find the right words to say to you. My mind and heart always comes back to you. I miss you regardless of how things seem. Your intensity frightens and allures me all at the same time. Wow. I know I screwed things up and honestly have no idea how to fix it. I still love you. What's at the bottom of the deck? No other compares to you. Now, if you comment yes please and you receive one of these cards, then it's important for you. Your words linger in my mind. I've never forgotten you, even though you think I have. I'm in a much better headspace now. I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions, and I think we'll leave it there. I've given you many thoughts, and Agape is not going to give up today, so it's time for us to end this reading. I think we've done our best with what is at hand here. You'll need to re-listen because there are many, many, many details in this reading. As I said, it's not going to be an easy time, but remember that there's going to be a huge shift. Hello, Agape. Agape's kissing me. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you too. Oh, she's licking my nose. Okay, Agape. Okay, I need my nose. She's like, please. I love you so much, Mummy, please. I'm here for you, sweetheart. I'm here for you. All right, so you want to say goodbye to everyone now? You could sit on the table. Do you want to say goodbye to all our friends? My dear friends, I want to thank you so much, and I do apologize about the mess here. Eros came up many times, didn't he, in today's reading? No, our beautiful Eros, Kitty, has not returned. I still wish for a miracle that he will show up one day at our front door, and the next minute I'll be on YouTube telling you that. Nevertheless, Agape feels quite lonely, but anyway, we might do something about that at some point. Agape needs to be shared, okay? I think she's gone through her own awakening herself, and we're all going through our own solitude and awakening to important relationships in our lives. Thank you for connecting with us, and thank you for your support in any which way that you support this channel. I will be back. I want to thank you so much also for checking out the readings and sharing them. We've done January, February, March readings. There are so many readings in the links beneath this video. If you're interested in more, do check us out, and thank you so much. I will be back. Love and light to all of you. Okay, Agape, Agape. You're cheeky. Love and light to all of you, and talk to you soon.